Alright, it is 4:30 in the morning. The driver is here. We are pretty much packed. And we are about to go spend 1 week on a liveaboard boat, Komodo Island. There is 14 of us going. This is going to be one epic trip.
Well.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, good.
That's good.
That's you tired? Ready for Komodo Edition 2?
We're ready for take 2.
You guys lining up?
Bullshit, bro.
No way! Are you...
How are you, brother?
How are you, bro?
Good, man, good.
Oh, dude, it really...
I think I fill out the front.
Dude, it really matches you.
Does it?
Yeah, it actually looks pretty fucking plush.
Serious? Shut up, bro.
Day 1 of the captain's log. Well, not the captain. Co-captain. We've boarded the ship. We have a whole week in front of us. This is going to be absolutely epic. So the first few days we're going to spend in the national park, which is amazing. It's very beautiful. A lot of cool stuff to do. However, what I'm really excited for is when we leave the national park, because that means we can get the spear guns out, we can get on the jet skis, and we can start with all the toys, all the water sports. So I'm excited for that. But so far, from what we've seen, it's just mind-blowingly beautiful, this place. Wow.
Just if you need it.
Oh my
Just
god.
if you need it.
Just a little space.
Little coffee in the evening. That's where we do our business meetings.
All right.
I'm the steward, so I'm going to buy you. So anything you like.
Oh shit. Alright, so my entry. This is day 2. Now, yesterday was such an amazing start to the trip. We had a beautiful lunch, we got to meet all of the crew, and we finished it off doing something which was a first for me. So they have these golf balls, which are actually somehow made out of fish food. But we got to go up on the top deck and drive some golf balls into the sunset just before we watched like 10,000 bats, or they call them flying foxes here, fly over us. I think we go to see the Komodo dragons, which is again a first. I have done a similar trip to this before, but I never saw the dragons. So excited for that. I've heard from some people that they're very slow and they kind of just lay around, but at the moment it's a mating season, so I think they're a little bit more active. So something about being on the ocean that is just so calming for me, and I've been working a lot, and finding a balance in a busy life is very important. A big priority to be able to find a balance, and I needed it. I went a little bit too hard maybe over about a month period, and I started seeing a drop in productivity and a drop in my mood and everything like that. So rejuvenate, reset, restart. This is it. Day 2 update. I'll speak to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yo, it's day 3 now. Yesterday was epic. We actually got to see the Komodo dragons, which was fucking awesome. Those things are huge. We got some movement. I'll show you what that looked like now. But we did something that I love to do, which was to go scuba diving. I don't think I've done scuba diving in, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 years. They took us to this spot that had a pretty strong current, and they were pretty adamant that we had at least 100 dives. No, at least 50 dives. I said I had 100. I don't. I've just done my open water. But I was fine. One of the guys we were diving with actually had a bit of a drama while he was down the bottom. So for some reason he got lightheaded and felt dizzy and actually blacked out while he was scuba diving at 15 odd meters. And the instructor that was with him was trying to sort of talk to him and say, hey, you got to do your T3, your safety stop. But he just went for the top. He inflated his BCD and just went up, and they were not too happy about it. But it was a great dive. I saw the biggest long-nosed emperor I've ever seen in my life, and I was just lining it up like this, imagining that I had a spear gun in my hand, but I didn't. So I think in the coming days, well, maybe tomorrow, I think it's the next day actually, we leave the national park and I'll start to spearfish. But a great day, full of just everyone on this boat is such an amazing personality and character in themselves. And we're having, it's so nice. I think the most beautiful thing about it is just, you always sit together and eat. And a lot of people forget how important that is. I think the dinner table is the heartbeat of a family. You know, that's what makes a home a house at home. I just saw a dolphin. Wow. But yeah, eating with everyone, spending all this time with everyone. We were told that there was Starlink. Hasn't really been working, which is a blessing in disguise because everyone's off their phone, everyone is communicating. Again, something that doesn't happen very often.
Good morning. Bonjour.
Day 3 on the yacht. We are starting a morning with the ice bath. Ikigai, this is Cam's brand. It is very, very cold. But we are sailing to a new spot today. We're going to do some snorkeling. And tomorrow, they take us out of the national park so we can finally do some spearfishing because everything here is protected. So I'm very excited. We get the jet ski out and we'll get the spear gun. But so far, so good.
Okay, while the current outside is strong, like rising tide is pretty much strong. So the planning is we're gonna start the diving.
Alright, it's day 3. We're gonna go dive with some mantas right now. We've got 2 boats loaded up. See the divers?
Where? Where?
You drop me to the same bar? Yes, yeah.
I was born in the Holland, and my family, we make the cloaks out of the beautiful elder woods that grows by the stream. Sometimes when you make the cloaks, and you get a knot in the wood, it is not good for the food. So we have to refine and sand them down and paint them with a non-toxic, PFA-friendly material. Ow!
I'm about to do my live call with the Freedom community, and this has got to be one of the best spots I think I've ever done a live call. So if you're in the Freedom community and you come to my Wednesday night calls, this one on the 21st, this is the backdrop. This is what I'm shooting to. We are on the Marge Oceanic, Komodo Island, and this is sensational. Wow. Oh my goodness. Feeling super blessed. This is freedom right here. Look. Everyone out on the toys, and I'm gonna chat to the entire Freedom community about perspective and how important perspective is to your life, and it completely shapes your reality. So you either have a positive perspective on life or you have a negative. How do you see things? Do you see them as a positive or do you see them as a negative? You know, do you see life as opportunity or do you see it as a punishment? And the first step to that is becoming aware of your perspective. So think about what you're saying to yourself, think about that internal dialogue. You know, are you saying things like, I'm not good enough, nothing ever works for me, if I try it, I'll just fail because I have failed at everything else? You got to change that shit, and you got to change it quickly, because the quicker you change your perspective, the world gets more colorful and everything is more beautiful because you only notice the beauty in it. So that is going to be my little word of wisdom for this vlog, and I am going to jump in and chat to the community. But yeah, let's do it. This is what it is all about. We got my boy Jacob here, and look at this. We're doing a little 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom. We've got paddleboard behind the kayak, another paddleboard there, but of course the flamingo, because what is a yacht without a flamingo and a big hunky Jacob? Alright, you know what time it is. It is day 4. It's my update for today. Yesterday was cool. We did a lot of stuff on the boat. Cam has brought one of his ice baths, which is like the best thing ever. Having an ice bath, like a really cold ice bath on the boat, is so nice. So every morning we've been waking up and just dunking in that. We did a big group workout with all the boys, which was fun. But we left it a little bit late in the day and it was so hot. We were all absolutely dripping sweat, but got a good pump on, can't complain, maintaining a little bit. I came onto the boat with a little bit extra baggage. We went for a really beautiful sunset snorkel, which was nice. I actually snorkeled all the way until the sun was down. When I came in, it was dark. Beautiful. I was out there with Lee. Everyone's just got their new dive fins, so everyone's ripping in. But everything we do, whether we're on the boat, whether we're on the tender, with the snorkels on, it's just so much fun, and it really does make me think like how important great connection is and how important it is to have good people around you. Because this trip on a tiny, even though we're on a really nice boat, but this trip with this group on a tiny boat, somewhere where it wasn't nice, would still be just as fun, because the connections and the relationships on board are so beautiful, and everyone's so uplifting, and everyone's so encouraging and chatting about ideas and building each other up, and that is amazing. And I was having this really interesting conversation over dinner. That's what's so special about Bali. Like, if you strip everything else away, there's so many places that look like that. There's so many places that are that price. There's so many that places that people travel to as a tourist destination. But why is Bali so special and so magical? And it's because of the mindset that majority of the people have there. Like, it's a concentration of people who aren't afraid to dream, who aren't afraid to chase their dreams, and aren't afraid to step out of what we're taught is the norm. You know, how we're meant to earn our money, what we're meant to do with our lives. And that right there allows you this space to open up and to share your creativity and to feel comfortable enough to pursue your own dreams and your own goals. Whereas a lot of hometown friends, if you're the dreamer, you're the dreamer, and everyone's always going to let you know that yeah, right, it's a bit crazy, like, you know. But when you go to a place like Bali, you really have the freedom and the ability to dream as big as you want, and it happens, and you see it all the time, and there's no idea that's too crazy, because they probably got a crazier one. And that is why we live in Bali, I think, and that's why so many people come there to heal, because it's a safe space, and that's why so many people grow while they're there and become the best versions of themselves, because they're allowed to. Simply just removing the restraints and the restrictions of our normal lifestyle and our normal friendship and circles and groups. So I'm not saying to get rid of all your friends, but I'm saying keep track, keep an eye on them. If someone's bringing you down, if someone's stopping you, if someone's limiting you, limit your time with them. Those friends that encourage you, keep you accountable, keep pushing you, and keep encouraging you to chase that dream, spend more time with them. It's really that easy. And if you can't, start again. Start from scratch. Start with no friends. Pick up one. Meet a cool group. Get introduced to some people. Do some networking. Join some sports clubs. Whatever you've got to do. It is so important for your journey and your growth that the people around you are also growing. So that's my update for today. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Alright, we are loading up. This is the moment we've been waiting for. We're out of the national park. And finally, all the toys are here. Music is loud. We got the guns ready to go. Look at this absolute paradise. I think my camera is fogging up. We've got a GoPro. We're going to do our best to get a video of everyone shooting a fish. Jacob's going to shoot his first fish today.
Gotta catch my first fucking fish today.
Yes, and we're going to try and get on camera. Louis got all his stuff ready to go. Hayden, Pablo, we're on. The boys are raising the energy. We have the life jackets on. Captain's getting the boat ready. We're about to do some wakeboarding and some jet skiing. Woo! This is good. We're finally out of the national park. So while you're in the national park, you can't really do any of the fun stuff because there's so many rules. But now we're out, so we can get on all the toys and we'll spearfish all day. I wish we came here sooner, to be honest. Well, day 5 today. Yesterday was definitely the best day of the trip. We sailed overnight. We woke up to an insane sunrise in this beautiful bay. Perfect conditions. Like, I've spent a lot of time on the water, and when I say perfect conditions, not a breath of wind, and it was just stunning, right? And we started the day. I just kind of asked the boat, I was like, hey, are we out of the national park? Yes, we are. Can I jump off the boat with my spear gun? Yes, you can. So I spent hours spearing, which was just so nice to finally load that gun again, because it has been a very long time. But this has definitely inspired me to start again. So got in there, was swimming around some of the most beautiful underwater scenery I think I've ever seen. Not a lot of fish though. And I was thinking, this is the conditions. So bait fish, ledges, rocks, bommies, everything. I'm like, why is there no big fish? Anyway, I searched and I searched and I searched. I saw a lot of sharks, a lot of black tip, white tip reef sharks. I saw some big nursing sharks. I'm not sure exactly what they are, but they were sort of sitting down in a cave. Best day by far. We got all the toys out. We were wakeboarding all the way up until the sun went down. We had the jet ski out. We were jumping off the boat. We had music blaring. Everyone was having a go. They set up on the beach like our own little resort. Very, very nice. Delicious food, paddle boards, kayaks, all the time. Everyone lit up. This was the day. Everyone just clicked. Day 6. Wow. Yesterday was very cool. Spent hours and hours and hours diving. I don't know what is going on with this place though. I think from what I've heard is they've done a lot of dynamite fishing here over the years. Plus there's a lot of villages around here that live off the ocean. So even though we're in these spots, it just looks like it should be full of big fish. There should be mackerel, trevally, there should be big tuskies, but there's just not. It's super frustrating, but I am determined to get something. So tomorrow we have one more spot we're going to go to. I'm going to make sure that I get something, at least, fingers crossed. But we've had a fantastic time so far. Yesterday was awesome. We got really creative yesterday afternoon with all of the water sports and toys. We had, at one point, we had a couple on the jet ski. We had Louis behind the boat. He was on the water skis. I was standing there holding the freedom flag, of course. And then we did this really cool FPV sequence through the boat. We had people flipping off the boat while someone was dancing. Another person was off the back driving a golf ball. Really cool. I'm probably going to try and put that in here, that sequence. But I think something that's really shifted, you know, towards the end of this trip is everyone is sort of a lot more grounded and connected, and I'm just noticing everyone's more present than the start of the trip. And I think it's simply when you're forced to be away from technology and you're forced to just actually talk and reconnect as humans, because it's something that is so often just completely put to the side. Like, we're always on our phone, we're always on a screen. We have consistent notifications going off in our head. We connect with people through social media. You know, a lot of people don't even know me by my name, Josh. People just know me by Shweddy. And it's this sort of very unhealthy habit or behavior that's sort of crept into today's world. And a good example of this is when you see someone and you straight away feel like you're up to date with their life because you've been following their stories or you've seen where they posted from. Oh yeah, I saw you were in Japan. And that's always the conversation that people have. But we think we're so connected because we have content and we have a camera that's sharing that person's life. But there is so much life beneath content. And everyone only shares their brightest and happiest moments, whatever they want to show off. Yeah, we're so used to thinking that we're up to date with our friends and our family and people around us, especially me that travels, and I don't actually get to see a lot of my friends and family all the time because they're in different parts of the world. But this is my reminder. Put the phones away, put them in a bowl, sit down and connect and ask people how they're doing. Are they happy, you know? Because it's so easy to get caught up in this illusion or this pretend life and everyone's stuck in it. It's like virtual reality. But tomorrow is going to be our last day. I think at some point today, we're getting the sails up, which is really cool. This boat is huge and it sails. So really excited to see that. I'm just going to get out. I think you can see the guys behind me are out there on the wakeboard or the skis, whatever they're doing. I'm going to try and get back in the water, determined to spear a fish. At the front of the stairs? What?
Oh my god. No way.
Hey, you're on camera.
Let's go, baby.
Alright, it's day 7. This is my final update. We are back in the harbour. We drove overnight. What a trip. What a trip that has been. That was a one-in-a-lifetime trip. I mean, hopefully I get to do something like that again, but it was truly amazing. Like, all of the connections that were formed, all of the fun times, the content, the memories, the adventure, the injuries, the ups, the downs was sensational. Last night we had the staff set up this epic dinner party on an island for us, all lit up. It was really, really cool. Had the music pumping, and we ended up at the end of it. We were having javelin throw competitions, high jump. We were doing limbo. We explored the island. Everyone was just fully free. Everyone was just experiencing life and enjoying it and loving it, and it was just so cool to see everyone with that complete freedom. And that's what it's all about. It's freedom to enjoy the little moments and to be present, and freedom to be able to create good connections. And everything we've ever done in the Freedom Club, that's always been the goal. It's not about the cars or watches or anything like that. You can see that from Will, Austin and I. We're never flashy about that sort of stuff because it's just simply not the goal. The goal is fulfillment, happiness, connection, relationships, and all of these things just come once you're able to give yourself some breathing space. And in the world we live in, breathing space is always releasing a financial pressure. So that's what we want to do. We want to teach you guys how to lift that financial pressure so you can achieve the end goal, which is having that time and location freedom to be able to do stuff like this and get the most out of life, because we only get one turn at this. So let's make the most of it, guys. It has been an amazing trip. I hope this vlog turns out well. If it doesn't, I don't really care because I had such an amazing time. It's been a pleasure. I'm gonna sign off. We do have a little bit more time here today, so I might get some more content. So if I put this little outro and then there's some stuff after it, doesn't really make sense with the timeline. They're taking us to this village today where they have these whipping competitions. So 2 villagers, apparently the best ever at whipping. They'll have like a shield and a whip and they battle each other. So with a little luck, we might actually get me in there battling one of these whippers. But yeah, anyway guys, God bless, signing out. I'm gonna have a little breakfast right now and then we will shortly head back to the port, which is somewhere in there.